There's this crazy thing that happens to you when you start working on yourself. You know, when you start improving yourself mentally, physically, you start to look good, you start to speak well, you start to engage differently, you start to hang out with different types of people. You're gonna notice something in your life. You're gonna notice that the people that you used to hang out with, your friends, even family members, even just you reflecting on who you used to be, it'll start to disgust you. But even more than that, you're gonna start to lose some friends, which sucks for the moment, and it starts to get a little bit lonely for a little bit until you realize that there's more out there. There's better friends, there's better connections, and if your family can't accept the way that you are, then that's not up to you. You're being your best version of yourself. Even though family is important, you can't force someone to love you or force someone to care about you. You have to do what's right for you, and you have to focus on building yourself. Be a great person, help people. And as long as your intentions are good while doing these actions and developing yourself, I can't see anything wrong with that, because you're trying to help people in the best way possible, and you need to start by first helping yourself. Now it's crazy because even going through, middle school and high school, when I started to learn these skills, because I started my first business when I was 13. I was going through a little bit of a hard time. That's a story for another video, but I was building some resiliency by having these skills. I didn't realize it at the time, but the skills of becoming aware of my emotions and being able to control these emotions, focusing on things that were actually helping me, building these high income skills, learning how to edit videos, starting my first business at 13, like I said, all of these things separating me from the rest of the crowd. Like, I wasn't able to fit in a lot. Like, in high school, it was so weird because there would be groups that I used to hang out with, and then as I started to get more into the self-development and, making money, I was getting a little bit too old mentally for my age, because I would be doing things that you wouldn't be doing till after high school, but people would make it sound wrong, like, oh, why are you doing this now? Like, you should be doing this then. But I don't see it that way. It doesn't make sense. If you're capable of doing something in the moment right now, why wouldn't you? Why would you wait? Why would you prolong it? Like, if you're a lazy person, that's fine, but if you're trying to make things happen in your lifetime, life is short. You gotta take action on anything that you can, especially if you have the ideas. If you're lucky enough to have these ideas in your head, be grateful, but don't be lazy, and don't tell the universe that you're not grateful for having these opportunities come to your mind. You should be grateful, and the way you show that is by taking action on them. So you take action on them right away. And yes, like I said, you're not going to be able to find the right crowds for you right away, because people are not going to be at your level. But as you keep advancing, you start to realize that the groups you be a part of, the content that you put out, people start to attract to you. You start to give off this aura of a successful mindset or a successful mentality, and people are attracted to that. Successful people are. But then there's the other group that will envy you, and a lot of the people that you used to hang out with, they will become envious of your success or even the path that you're on, because they're not able to do it, because either they're lazy or they just don't want to, and they lack ambition to do so. If that's the case, you really have to learn the skill of letting go, because it's these people or these thoughts or this past that you have that until you let it go, it will not set you free. Like, you have to be able to let go of it. And a lot of people lack the skill of knowing when to let go, or knowing when to say no, knowing when to say no to hang out with friends, or knowing when to say no to go to certain events or anything like that, or do certain things. But doing this will separate you, but it's good that you separate yourself now, because you learn more about who you are as you grow older. The younger you can do this, the better it is. It's never too late to do so, but the younger you can do this, if you can find this out in high school, you start to realize when you get into the real world after 4 or 5 years, you're going to be able to find what groups fit in with you, because you're going to start taking so much action that these groups will be attracted to you. You'll fit in, you'll find yourself naturally, and you won't have to force it. Because I know a lot of people going through, times of trying to find the right groups or friends, or just groups in general to hang out with. They try to force it, or they try to force themselves into a group that they don't fit in. Rather than that, you need to focus on yourself. And as a result, you will find that people are attracted to you, or you're basically just telling the universe who you are, and as a result, you become magnetized to these types of people, and you automatically find them by putting yourself out there. And whether this comes to relationships, like finding girls, finding business partners, finding money, finding social growth, success, finding fulfillment in the things that you do, it all comes as a result of building yourself and taking action. But yeah, you're not going to be the same as your old self, and I don't think you should be. I think you need to keep evolving, and if you find that you are your same self, that you can go back to your friend groups in about probably 15 years, and a lot of them will be doing the same things, thinking the same way. And I promise you'll be happy that you took the path of being able to build yourself and being able to try to help people with the skills that you build, and being able to make sure that you care for your mind and care for the people around you that are truly by your side and have stayed by your side, because those are the real ones. With that being said, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.